It's October, and you know what that means. Time to talk about the best Halloween movies. Hey movie fans, so now that it's finally October, I thought I'd bust out all the Halloween and horror, just October related videos, so hence this month's intro, all the videos we're gonna be getting this month, Halloween related. So because I'm a nostalgic person, I thought for the first video of October, I would do the top 5 Halloween Disney Channel original movies, because you guys seem to like the previous 2 Disney Channel original movies videos that I've done. You can check them out here. But I thought, as a kid I always liked the Halloween Disney Channel original movies more than any others, primarily just because they had the right amount of scares, because at the time I was not as scared. Like, I didn't enjoy being scared. Now I like horror movies a lot, but Disney Channel original movies around Halloween time were always the best. So, what are the 5 best? I'm so glad you asked. Now You See Me. Now You See Me follows Danny, who's actually a legit magician who can do actual magic. So it also stars that girl from Pill of the Future, I believe Allison Mashaka? I always got Ally and Agent mixed up. Allison Mashaka. She's more or less trying to find the next great magician, and so far she's finding nothing but just magicians until she comes across Danny, who is a legit magician, and he goes to this magic school that totally is not Hogwarts in any way, shape, or form to more or less become a better magician. And it was different at the time. It was incredibly engaging, it was a lot of fun, and it was something unique. It wasn't like a lot of other Disney Channel original movies at the time. At number 4, we have the most 90s movie on this list, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. Why do I say it's the most 90s movie on this list? Well, you got the dad from The Nanny and one of the aunts from Sabrina the Teenage Witch dating. If that's not 90s enough for you, I don't really know. Oh wait, another 90s trope. Kids that think they know better than the adults and have to save the day from their incoherent parents. Yep. Thanks, 90s. So yeah, the plot is essentially what the title of the movie is. Which, way to be on the nose there, Disney. Mom's got a date with a vampire, but she doesn't see it, and the kids more or less have to save the day and stop her love life, I guess. On paper, this really shouldn't work, but this is at that time the Disney Channel movies were kind of quirky and different, and they just kind of threw ideas at the wall, and they were crazy enough to work. And this one, it's out there. It's not the best, but it's kind of got this quirky, self-aware type of humor, and it's fun. At number 3, we have one that really doesn't get the recognition it deserves, but it's really good in my mind. It's one of my favorites growing up. Phantom of the Megaplex. So what Phantom of the Megaplex is basically Phantom of the Opera in a movie theater. Like a really, really unrealistically big movie theater. As a kid, there's 2 main movie theaters I always wanted to visit. The Premiere from Drake and Josh, and the movie theater from Phantom of the Megaplex. The Megaplex. It's like 10 or 11 stories, I think they said, which, no movie theater's that big, but there should be. So Phantom of the Megaplex basically just has a phantom causing mayhem in this movie theater for reasons. And so it's more or less this kid's mystery as to who the phantom is and why he's doing the things that he's doing, with some surprisingly big name star power. Mickey Rooney, of all people, is in this movie. It was that right level of dark. Watching it now, it's a little cheesy, but at the time, it was the perfect, like, kids caper mixed with slight scares, which is essentially the reason that we like these Disney Channel Halloween movies, because it had that right amount of scares for us at that level, and it really embodies the spirit of fun atmosphere with mystery mixed with a little bit of suspense, which isn't that what Halloween is all about. At number 2, we have Under Wraps, which is, oh, I love Under Wraps. So basically, it's about these kids that discover a mummy that they named Harold, and they have to get Harold back to his tomb and I think meet up with the other lady mummy that was already there, or else Harold will turn to dust. And it really that premise sounds very basic because the plot is very basic, but at the same time, it's incredibly fun. Harold plays more like Frankenstein than he does a mummy in terms of like the original Frankenstein of this, not really knowing the modern world, but being very good with kids for some reason. Plus, frankly, if you have to have a mummy, why wouldn't you name him Harold? That's a pretty good mummy name. So they just have all these like quirky misadventures of trying to get Harold back to his tomb and more or less trying to bond with Harold and making it harder for them to say goodbye. It's quirky and different, which is like the tagline for every 90s and early 2000s Disney Channel original movie. Quirky, yet different. At number 1, you could probably guess what it is. Say it together. Halloween Town. Halloween Town is like the definitive Disney Channel Halloween movie, and it even just transcends as to probably the modern day Halloween version of Elf. Of like, it's the closest thing to a modern day classic for this newer generation. So basically, you have Marnie, played by Kimberly J. Brown, star of Quince, which is another Disney Channel original movie, but not Halloween. You got Kimberly J. Brown as Marnie, this witch, except she doesn't know she's a witch. Her grandmother, played by Debbie Reynolds, is a witch, and her mom is a witch that has more or less turned her back on her witching power, so she doesn't want Marnie to be a witch, but her grandmother wants her to be a witch. So one Halloween, Marnie tags along with her grandma back to Halloween Town and sees this whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. Yes, I had to go there. Of seeing Halloween Town and seeing a new world that's kind of being threatened by this unknown force of this weird hooded goblin looking guy. Which, spoiler alert, I'm gonna spoil the movie for who it is right now just because there's a really weird nitpick that I have with this. So, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. The villain is Calabar. Calabar, okay? Why is that a weird nitpick for me? Because in Halloween Town 2, the villain is Calabar's son. But on the cover for the DVD, so like the one that really should have it correctly, Calabar is spelled with a K for Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. I would think, okay, somebody got it wrong. But the original Halloween Town, it's still spelled with a C. You can see it on his desk. It says Mayor Calabar. But yet the movie, the second one is called Calabar's Revenge with a K. Somebody has no internal consistency. But other than that, Halloween Town is a lot of fun. It's a fantastic modern day Halloween movie that you can watch with anybody, from the little kids to the older kids, our age, because they grew up with it. Granted, the Halloween Town sequels were nothing to write home about. They were... The original Halloween Town was something special, it was something unique, and oh my goodness, the costume designs, I'm pretty sure like more than 60 to 70% of the budget just went to the costumes, because everybody has like actual makeup and masks that look very impressive. Well, what do you guys think of this list? What are some of your all-time favorite Halloween Disney Channel original movies? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you're seeing and want to see more, subscribe to the channel or find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, Uncharted Media. Stay sharp, movie guys and gals.